Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for dungeons and moogles.
Power Word Meal is still going to the best of my knowledge, so go over, donate as little as 80 cents to help feed children in need and get some free D&D content while you're at it. It's an amazing thing. The content itself is amazing as well. There's an adventure, new playable species, all kinds of fun stuff in it. So go check that out. And let's get started on the game then. So last week, you all finally managed to defeat the Master in the game and return to camp. And as you got back to the Instant Fortress, prepared to get yourselves a good, nice sleep in, there were 5 spirits, 5 samurai, there at the entrance, who thanked you for releasing them from the Master's control, as he had been holding their spirits there to essentially keep that scene set where he could walk down the valley, keep you trapped inside, and keep the ritual in that half-completed state.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My kitten just jumped on the keyboard, so sorry.
Yep, so, have a chance to go to sleep and wake up the next morning nice and rested, with the first of 4 days, so to speak, started for your long rest. It was about 5 a.m. when you actually started your sleep. If everyone wants a good full one at 8 hours, that makes it 1 p.m. in the afternoon, as you all kind of get up and get going. The air is cold for anyone who steps outside. You can see cloud cover up above as it looks like it's about to start snowing again. But otherwise, the area is peaceful. You can hear birds chirping and little creatures like rabbits and squirrels kind of running through the bushes and jumping from tree to tree. It's peaceful.
Geraldine doesn't sleep. She doesn't need to. And she stopped sleeping 20 years ago. So right now, she's not even used to it. But seeing that everyone is, dozing off, closing their eyes, and etc., make her remember those times, and you're just going to spend those 8 hours lay in the bed like the other, but actually with staring just at the ceiling, just pondering and thinking what she got so far, what she's going to tell them if they ask things. But when everyone starts to go to go back to be awakened, etc., she is already up. And she's already preparing something to eat for everyone, according to what she saw during the banquet.
So, Geraldine and Pius, you two would actually have a couple hours before everyone starts getting up. And Pius, of course, you would notice with your sentry mode that Geraldine's gotten up and is kind of pulling everything together to start making a meal.
Good morning.
Sleep well.
Well, sort of. I don't really sleep.
The feeling.
You don't either.
Oh, I just stay still. Do you something like switch off or go in like trance or standby?
Yes, it's more of like a standby. I don't really turn off because I can see and hear everything around me, but somehow I can still rest that way. I don't know how I really work. It's just how I am. How I've always been for hundreds of years. Well, 150, but still, I think. When you travel time, you kind of lose track.
What was that?
Hello?
Okay. And going back to our discussion, Geraldine just nod. You can see by your face she seems intrigued by what you just said about time traveling, being so old before being alive for a long time, and she try a half-constructed, compliment that doesn't make absolute sense. It's just like something like on the line of, "You look no more than probably a couple of days out of factory," but it doesn't really work.
Well, thank you, I think. Maybe the time travel has affected the way my body looks, I guess. In a good way. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to it. As long as I can still kill things, I guess I'm functioning properly.
It's, why not? It's definitely a way to see yourself. Always being a killing machine, Pius? Or just more into your last 50 years, I will say.
He cocks his head and just stares at you.
That sounds oddly specific. I think you know more about me than you let on.
She just keeps smiling and look at you like she doesn't know what you're talking about.
Insight check.
You're supposed to say, "Do I believe this?"
Do I believe this?
Do I
Geraldine,
believe this shit?
you're not necessarily trying to deceive, like, kind of a toss-up, so you can choose persuasion or deception.
Yeah. I will not say what I'm using.
Let's chat. Not
Okay. You can say this. Geraldine seems sincere, as she probably doesn't know much. Maybe she just guessed a number. At the same time, she's very perceptive. So maybe something that you said or been said put her on the right track.
A long time ago, I was a monster. Excuse me. I worked under a lich. His name was Acrid. I killed for him, and I've raised those bodies for him. But I'm not that kind of person anymore.
No judge here. See, Pius, the thing is, who live a long life does a lot of things. All of them are worth to share or be proud of. But we need to survive.
Yes, I've been through a lot on this journey with everyone else, and I've learned a lot about that.
That you did. Thanks for sharing.
So, and just a slight interrupt in the middle, real quick. This conversation's gone on long enough that Geraldine, you've been able to basically pull out, foodstuffs and rations. You've been able to kind of set up the cookware. And Pius, you do remember that the captain has a beautiful portable kitchen that could be used as well, with additional foodstuffs.
Oh, yeah.
Geraldine, let me show you something.
Her curiosity is piqued. She follow.
He's going to walk her to the portable kitchen and show her around.
So, essentially, you watch Pius kind of walk over to the captain, and what he pulls out is like this miniature door out of his bag. And when Pius kind of sets it down and puts the key in, it expands until it's tall enough for him to get in, and the door opens to reveal a very large kitchen inside. Stove with multiple burners on it, countertop space for preparing food, a sink in there. More like a modern kitchen than a medieval kitchen. It has a refrigerator and freezer in it. There's pots, pans hanging from the walls, drawers and cupboards full of cooking utensils, plates, bowls, anything you could need to cook with or to present the food to everybody as well. There's also a rather large, dry storage space for food as well, with things like rice, beans, dried meats even, and to some degree, maybe even some canned vegetables.
Geraldine is fascinated because she never saw something like that. Also, she knows a little bit about, curing meat and preserving food and other things like that. But of course, based on her knowledge and the knowledge of the world around her, this plays with the refrigerator and other things like this is magical, amazing. And so she is almost forgetting the Pius is there. She's just going through things, touching, looking. Even if the kitchen is big and etc., she's still kind of crouching in it. She's still quite, a little bit too tall. But she just pick things, look them back. And Pius, while during the first couple of days you have seen that her long tentacle hair are usually dripping down on the side, completely lifeless, they are now sometimes twitch or even grab something and bring it to her attention.
Geraldine, can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, I just turn.
Your hair, is it like arms, or does it have like a mind of its own?
Oh, those I look almost like I just realized, and I just moved them. They are not like big movements and etc. Just almost twitching. He's new.
Wait, new?
Kinda. It's been just a long time.
Hmm.
I what the people of the surface call a triton. Between my kind, I am a syphiote, octopus. So what you see, my tentacles.
I see. Interesting. No, I was just curious.
Yes, you were trying to say something. Sorry.
Oh no, it was just my mic picking up movements and sounds. Sorry.
So, Geraldine will keep preparing and apologize with Pius because she's not been cooking for anyone else for quite some time. So she hoped that at least the food is not stale or tasteless. She finished to set up everything and ask you to help her to bring it to the table.
Sure. And, I'm sure it tastes fine. I won't be eating it because I don't eat, but, I'm sure it's much better than other things we've had on the road, for sure.
I believe you. And she just gingerly, creep out of the kitchen, set in the table with you, and just wait on the side for everyone else to wake up and come to breakfast.
So the rest of you are kind of awoken by the smells of the food, the fresh cooked meats, steamed vegetables, and things like that. And you can tell that it's coming kind of from the main area there.
As Wrath walks in, he's got a small wooden pipe in one hand, and smoke is kind of billowing out of it. And as he inhales and releases, there's a number of small little bats that kind of fly around before dissipating. Oh, good morning, everyone.
Geraldine just
Good morning.
bow and say good morning. And also you notice that her eyes are immediately picking something as she goes and just fix fork to make sure that he's perfectly aligned.
Thank y'all for cooking breakfast this morning. It's appreciated.
You're very welcome. Sit down.
I smell meat. Ugh.
Come on. It's all ready for you.
Just
Tea or coffee.
Fifi,
jumped right on in.
where's Twilight this morning? Is she sleeping in?
So she kind of just slept outside.
Help then? I'll go get her.
Smell the food, like it still
Twilight!
wakes you up.
Oh,
Twilight!
okay. Yeah, because I thought I had to like sleep away from people because of the smell, because of my body odor. That for some odd reason I don't know how it
Necessarily
happened.
that far away. Yeah, not necessarily that far away. Like you just need to be like 30 feet away. But
So she kind of, like, go ahead.
Starlight kind of comes in and gets closer to all of you. Like you can still smell how bad her odor is. Just rotten
Wrath.
flesh, piles of shit maybe. You're not sure what all of these smells are.
Wrath is constantly using his storm guide ability to keep the wind pushing away, keep her downwind.
Ugh. Good
Gorgeous.
call. I was about to shove this meat up my nose.
I have tried everything to get this smell off me, and I can't. I just can't.
You
yeah.
know what it is.
That's Steph.
It's that
It
head
is.
she carries.
That too.
Hey. This head.
Don't pull. No, get away.
Pull it out. I can pull it out.
Dear God.
Geraldine, you see a woman's head that she pulls out. The hair is beginning to fall off. The flesh is rotting. It's just been decomposing for about 2 months, and she's just
And as she
pulls
pulls it
it out
out,
of her bag.
Wrath does like a 1-inch punch in the air, and I'm going to cast Gust on it to try and launch it out of her hands and away from the food we're eating.
She hurries and puts it back in the end of the, like, she still has it kind of like in the bag. She goes, I'm gonna pull it out, like kind of teasing, but she doesn't really pull it out. She just touches it.
Just the beginning of it, I presume.
Yeah. She's kind of playing peekaboo with it.
And Geraldine eyes immediately goes almost wider and is just like, what's that?
They don't like it. It's a witch's head. She just shoves it back into her bag of holding and just starts like getting some toast and
How
stuff.
can I help you conserve it?
Say that again.
I can help you preserve it without the horrible smell.
Oh.
Huh. I don't like the horrible smell though.
I
Just
don't
kind
know.
of torment. Just a torment. And she kind of looks over at Tempest. Just a torment. And she winks.
I don't know what you're even saying. Stuff in my mouth.
Geraldine is just perplexed because she cannot smell anything. So,
Well, this morning is momentous for a few reasons. We finally have time to sit and talk and learn a little bit about each other without being pressured from the outside.
That's a great idea. And by the way, Pius, thanks for cooking breakfast.
It wasn't me.
I just smile.
You cooked it? Well,
I
it's really
tried.
good. It's really good, especially being a vegetarian.
There is a lot of things there between meat and vegetables and pastry and other things like that. She had probably 2 hour and a half just to prep everything. So it's not a lot, but there is stuff.
How did I not notice that? The pastries, mine.
I know, these like donuts are super good.
How
So,
Mhm.
do we start with the most recent events? And he'll turn towards Pius.
Well, what did you want to know?
What do you think happened there? What do you think? Do you think this is over?
No, he's still alive, or what's left of him. He was split. Part of him is in the void, the other part is either dead or missing.
Is this someone we need to pursue?
No,
Say that quickly. Why are you so confident?
because I think I'm correct. Once I reach the end of this journey, I'll be going back, and everything will be back to normal. That's the best case scenario.
Going back where?
To the future, where I'm from.
going back to the future.
Yes, I'm from the future,
Wow.
the far future.
So
It's-
you
I seem
know
to
our
remember from the memories that it's about 13,000 years in the future, for more specific number.
This just in. I'm 13. I'm from 13,000 years from now, in the future.
When can we expect you to hop on the next time train out?
I have no idea. Everything's still a little fuzzy. I don't even know if I want to go back.
I'm asking all the questions, sir.
Go ahead.
No, please.
So since you're from the future,
Mhm.
will we win this battle?
I don't
That
know.
13,000 Twilight.
A lot can happen in 13,000 years. I mean, thousands of cities could rise and fall within that amount of time. I
We're
mean,
talking a whole line of ancestors here.
anything could happen. But I think we have a good chance. I think I was sent back in time for a reason, even though it was all an accident. I think there's someone that pulled the strings a little bit to get me to where I am. But I don't know.
And don't
who.
even bother. You don't need to go back. You're making a great life here with us.
Yeah, that's mostly why I don't want to go back. I'm not really Amy anymore. I'm somebody else, and I don't want to be Amy anymore. It's all a lot. But this man, Druindar.
Druindar.
Yeah, he was a good man. He only wanted the best for the world and science, and he blamed himself for the accident.
Not gonna lie, what we saw back there was not the best for the world or for science, as you say.
No, because that wasn't really him. Not the man I used to know. He might still be in there, but whatever he is now has gone mad, and they don't really think about what they've done or what they're doing. Druindar was very intelligent. He had a kind heart, but over time, if people go mad, they lose all sense of self, and I believe that's what happened to him.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yes, that about sums it up.
Should we blame the person to try just harder than other, or should we understanding? That's a real question.
Well,
I say both.
I believe that Druindar is no longer really who he used to be, so it's hard to say. But the way he looked at me when he died actually looked like him.
Oh, maybe you did him us a favor.
Speaking of which, here,
He pulls out the photo.
this is me and him.
I guess that, if you don't
Oh.
mind, I started a little bit of a research on your friends. I cannot tell you more now, but maybe later. Maybe I can help. It is a affliction way of life.
Maybe. That's fine, I guess, as long as no one gets hurt.
The dead cannot be hurt anymore.
You
Is
say
that what you
that.
want, Pius? You want to kill Druindar?
He looks down at the photo.
To answer your question, Wrath, I'll ask you this. If you knew Tempest was suffering, and the only way to make her not suffer anymore was to kill her, and you had no other option, would you do it?
Stay.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I wasn't asking you, Twilight.
You're not strong enough to do it on her own. Tempest, I believe, has a good soul. Time changes people, I understand this, and Druindar may have been corrupted, but I think we should hold ourselves accountable for our actions, regardless of how much time it's taken for you to get to that point. I'd give her the option to do it herself, and if I had to, I would.
I wouldn't blame you if you had to, but it's not gonna happen.
It was just a metaphor. I'm not saying I would. I would like to let him rest, if it's possible.
I'll be right back. Sorry. Give me just 2 seconds.
Geraldine is sometimes staring at Wrath after his sentence about, kind of taking responsibility for your action and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And watching him, he kind of sits up as he says it, straightening his own spine.
In all of this, she is not at the table with everyone else. She is on kind of the far edge of the room, laying against the wall, just
Geraldine?
observing. Yes,
You can sit at the table with us, you know. Some would consider it rude not to.
Okay. Sorry about that.
it's okay. I don't want to spoil your breakfast.
Trust me, you're not going to spoil it. You should have seen Captain whenever he ate. It was like dining with pigs at times.
You just get closer, but she's not sitting. She's just, towering over the whole scene.
You say that about Captain, and I'm like stuffing my face with the pastries.
Twilight slowly pulls out her rope of mending and kind of starts to lasso it, and then she tries to lasso Geraldine, and then she tries pulling her to the table.
Is that the-
She is literally at the table, so you pulling her, she just eat the table. And she
You
looked.
said you're away from the table. I'm sorry, my
No,
bad.
I was. No, you're right. I said I was away. And after Rat told me, sit down with us and etc., I said also I stepped closer, so I'm now
Oh,
there,
okay.
but I'm still standing up. So you do this, and I just look at the rope. I look at you, and I take a couple of steps closer to you, still standing, and I just pat you on the head.
She
There, there.
Twilight will just offer you like a pastry. It's like, as looking down at her plate out of embarrassment.
I take it, I just smile and kind of nod to thank you, and I put it on the side. Twilight, my dear, I don't eat. But if you want, I will do it for you.
Thank you.
One of my finger literally just cut the pastry, almost like my nail is a knife. And I just take a small bite, put it back, and smile when I slowly chew, like I'm trying to remember how doing it.
Wow. Okay, you prove your point. You don't eat, but still sit with us.
Just patting your head again.
Well, this is a nice breakfast.
Sure is. On your trip here, rather, Geraldine, did you come all the way from Hallett's in the south, right? We're traveling north.
Pallet is southwest and Eldwin is northeast.
Did you come all the way from the southwest, or were you asked to join us closer in?
If I remember correctly, I was in looking at the map. Jess, I was in B1. Can you confirm it?
It was Eldwin, the northeast. I'd have to look at the map real quick to verify the number, though.
Anyway, I will confirm that I come from B1, northeast.
So you traveled from our destination to meet us?
I was pointed to a teleporting circle, close to an abandoned building, a few miles from here.
But if you were in Eldwin, which is where we're going, why not just wait there for us?
The Lord told me that I should join and help you to reach the point faster.
The Lord Kindhurst, that is.
I nod.
Raph turns and looks over at Tippus.
He's still as pompous as ever, I'm assuming?
Surrounded by very interesting people, I will say, and rather, and don't get me wrong, I don't find him appealing, but rather dashing for mixed blood.
Tell me, have you dealt with the Kindhurst before?
I met many of them. I spoke with many of them, but most of the time they are already beyond the veil.
They're not big on outsiders.
And
So
yet, here I am.
So what brought you to the attention of the current Lord Kindhurst?
I study quite a lot. I have a lot of knowledge about those shards, and I was looking for an opportunity to test them myself.
Something tells me that you could be quite beneficial when we actually arrive there.
I just smile in your direction. Be to hell.
Suddenly the idea of actually storming in there and taking things out might not be as bad.
Raph is desperately trying to catch the eye of Pius, like he has something to tell him.
Whoop.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? I was speaking to my, the wife in my head.
Wrath is trying to catch your eye, like he has something to say to you.
You
hear in your head, Wrath.
Yes.
God, do you have a way to coerce the truth out of someone?
Let me check. 1 second.
While you check on that, let me explain. We're fundamentally against the Kindhursts. If they're working with the Kindhursts, and if they back the Kindhursts, then we might have a problem on our hands.
Do you think they sent them to watch us?
Possibly. A spy. We've already shown the
makes
knife.
sense. No, aside from violence, I don't really have anything to...
So,
keep your senses about you, yeah?
Yes.
Pius, don't forget you can always change your spell slot, your prepared spells. And Zone of Truth is a cleric spell.
But I also have Tech Thought.
Just want everybody's eyes on this while we have this conversation, please.
Yes, I'll inform everyone.
And
Pius, sorry, please.
Pius telepathically talks to everybody else except for Geraldine in their heads about that.
Geraldine is just blissfully unaware. You just look at the few of you who keep having breakfast, kind of enjoy the show.
So, surely you must have some questions for us, Geraldine. It's not every day one wanders into a party and gets trapped in possibly a time loop.
Yes, definitely questions. However, I would like them to come natural, not forced. So I will start with something. Why you are on the road? You know why I am?
There's a contract out. I don't even remember which one of us has it. I don't think it's me. The city of Eldwin was paying a large sum of money for an adventuring party to get together and clear out the road for travels, to make it safe for travel again. And upon this road, we've picked up a couple of people looking over at Twilight, as well as found a few other reasons to continue traveling. But the main focus... Good.
But we lost a lot of people on the way too.
You never lose someone, really. Ah, I'm sorry for you.
I'm curious, Geraldine. My objective was to deliver this letter that I was given at one point. Did they say anything about me before sending you on your way? Or do I still not exist to them?
They mention a party, not specifically a member of it.
Huh, yeah, I still don't exist.
Probably better that way for now.
Oh, they'll have a wake-up call soon enough.
I sense a little bit of animosity, Tempest. Can I
A
ask
little?
you why?
Oh, you have no idea. The way they don't treat their own any better. And I definitely got the short end of it all. I was still a child before they sent me out there, expecting me to die. They didn't expect me to come back. And what was my reward? Grueling training just to be a fighter.
You prove them wrong over and over again, are you?
I'm gonna prove a lot of things to them. They hoped I would fall multiple times, over and over, just like my family name. But they'll realize their mistake in the long run.
The
How do you feel
definition
about-
of defiance.
Finish what? I'm sorry.
The definition of defiance.
How do you feel about your patrons, Geraldine?
Which
The-
one?
Sorry, I forgot for a moment there were more than one. The kind nurse.
Lawyers offering rewards. They come and go, those kind.
Fair enough. Wrath is stealing glances over at Pius, wondering if he's getting anything.
What did you say?
Pius, did you throw up that detect thoughts like right away?
Yes.
Okay.
Bounce back.
Yeah, it's kind of, the magic reached out, your mind reached out to make the connection, and you just hit a wall. Like there's something in the way of doing it.
Wrath, we have a problem.
What is it?
Her head is impenetrable. I can't reach her thought.
She probably has a ring on like we were wearing.
Oh yeah, ring of mind shielding. Damn.
Let's hope that's what it is.
Geraldine, how noticeable are your hands during this discussion?
Are you asking or you sorry, I didn't completely catch what you said. Yes.
Yeah. How noticeable would your hands be? Like, would they notice a ring on it? That might be a ring of mind shielding.
There is like 3 or 4 rings on my hands. So if there is a ring of mind shield, it's probably there. But there are some very, very old rings on my hand. Some of them they have seen probably some decades.
Well, so the other patron,
Yes.
you met them that same night, I assume? The night that the ship went down.
Yes, you can say so.
Kind of shift his weight a little bit and almost bore his eyes into you a little bit. Was it a blessing or a curse?
There is a long pause. Divine. A blessing.
Would you have rathered succumbed?
Not anymore.
Good. I'm glad to hear that then.
Geraldine just kind of shift around the table and grab a chair and sit down on it. And the way she sit down is almost like a kind of a spider on something. It's like it's weird and it's not very comfortable. And because of how tall she is, and she's still towering over the table, she look at you. What made you say yes?
What made me say yes?
Yeah?
To life? Is that what you're asking?
Survival instinct, the need for something more, or just
I just wasn't done yet. I knew there was more to tell. I couldn't give up that easily.
bleeding.
I
Piece of the
think-
ship stuck inside my body,
Can
drifting.
you repeat that for me? I'm sorry.
Geraldine is more talking to herself than you directly, and she said, "I was bleeding. Explosions. The piece of the ship stuck inside my body, crushed me down from all sides. Cargo hold is filled with precious things. Deadly if you're stuck in there and die kind of way, I think. There's the voice. Did I want more? Did I want to survive? Did I want to get back? Ah, damn, I just said yes.
And who are the ones you want to get back at?
Oh no.
Captain.
My hand is on the table and my fingers start to scratch the surface. I don't
Maybe.
call one like with that title unless they deserve it, and he did not.
Red's head sinks a little bit. He hangs it, kind of. There was a time he did, but I agree. I think he threw that title into the ocean whenever he made his own deal.
He'll just nod.
We've seen traces of that time on this road. He'll look over towards the sleeping dwarf. It's somehow connected with him. I just don't know how yet. Your patron. Is it the Leviathan? Kraken, rather. Sorry.
Her long hair tentacle just slowly move. I know what it looks like, and I know what you're thinking. The Kraken led me to die. I don't serve it.
One more thing I'm glad to hear then. Welcome aboard.
The Geraldine you remember, for even if the interaction wasn't long, especially because she was mostly working in the cargo hold, was kind of a little bit clumsy, bubbly, always kind of, gentle. You think that the girl is still in there? You got that feeling, but is also under 20 years of being just an
Yes.
empty shell.
We've got a few days before we take off again, I imagine. Anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of time for us to get to know each other even more. But was there anything else anyone wanted to discuss? Well, we have everybody at the table at least.
Not that I can think of.
I just want to add, have all of us been betrayed at one point or another?
Yeah, I think so.
I look around.
Yeah, seems that way.
Betrayed.
A party of
has a-
vengeance.
Kind of has a ring to it,
The Betrayed? I kind of like
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Woo, team names.
I think we finally come up with a group name.
Yeah, fuck it.
Solid. Good job, Geraldine. Congratulations.
Happy to help.
Well, I mean, Tempest brought it up, but also the name, yes.
Geraldine just nodded. Tempest, I have a question for you, if you are be so kind.
Well, yeah, donut
know
all
what?
over her face still.
You know why I speak that language? Why did you?
Oh, honestly, that's a good question. I just kind of picked up on it one day, though I don't actually know why. Kind of weird, but I've had weird things happen all the time. I mean, look at me. There's nothing to question anymore.
Can I make an insight check?
Absolutely. We're gonna flat DC this one. Tiered DC at that.
My insight is not the highest, but just let me double check on something. Yeah, maybe if I add the d20, maybe it will work.
Maybe.
17.
So with the 17, you pick up that she's encountered a lot of things through her life that, a lot of seasoned adventurers would have fewer stories than she would about the crazy, improbable, and even impossible things that she's experienced. And that through all of that, she's made connections to some type of being or multiple beings that are granting her some amount of power or knowledge that she may not even be aware of. And you kind of pick that up just from your own background and how familiar that concept is to you.
Okay. Geraldine is just nodding. I mean, she's not new on picking things along the way, especially weird one. She just nod, smile, throw you Tempest, and seems satisfied. Seems.
I do hope it's not that weird, right? I mean, some people wake up with the craziest things in their mind.
Yes, they do.
Well, I am stuffed, and I ate all the pastries.
It's a good thing it's time to train, huh?
I can't move.
Come on, we
I
got
am
forms to go through.
And I'm a fallen warrior.
Start pushing her out the door, but before he leaves, he reaches down into his satchel and pulls out a book and kind of looks at it, considers for a second. Anything you want to know about that night, Geraldine? It's all here. And he'll set it down on the table next to you. This is for Jess's knowledge. This is the Tales of Wrath.
All right. And Geraldine, you can see that written on the spine, the Tales of Wrath Storm Scale.
Like an autobiography, I presume.
You'll have to find out.
Geraldine just nod and smile when you could put it on the table. She will pick it up later. She's not taking it immediately.
And he'll continue to push Tempest out the door.
Okay. I'm still
right.
gonna whoop you.
See.
So for 4 days of rest, that is basically 16 hours a day to do with downtime. So, David, this isn't necessarily like a full like homebrew rule or anything, but we're kind of to hopefully make it a bit easier to decide what you want to do with a lot of that time. There's like 4 main categories. You can commune. You can literally just take extra rest, sit there, do nothing. You can craft or enchant, or you can train. Training can get you like a new feat, skill or tool proficiency, or learn a new spell. Crafting, enchanting, obviously that's your magic items. Extra rest can, if it weren't a long rest, it's a lot more useful. But getting back like a use of a once per long rest ability, roll a free hit die, that sort of thing. And communing can get you things like an answer, similar to the commune spell. Or maybe some foreshadowing in events to come, like spells that might be helpful or damage types, or free information. You can also, if you do commune, kind of like at some point later where shopping may not be valid, you can be like, oh, hey, I actually bought this item. And then just kind of spend the gold to get the item right then and there. You're free to still dictate outside that if there's something more specific you want to do, of course. But we'll start with Wrath and Tempest for this first day. There's 4 downtime activities that the two of you can do.
So I kind of already have Rat's full rest plan. He's going to force Tempest for an hour a day to spar just to keep in shape. Spend 12 hours of every day reading whatever this tome is that I have. No.
Your stat tome.
Yeah, that I never read. This is not right. I already read Leadership and Influence. It was a different one. Oh, Bodily Health. There you go. And that leaves him right around 3 hours, and he kind of just chills, finds different places outside to listen and chill out with nature and just think, unless someone else wants to talk to him for any reason.
All right, Tempest, how about you? What do you want to do on the first day?
Outside of the training, first chance that I get, I am going to try to sneak away from the group for a bit and do some self-meditating because there's still a lot on her mind. And depending how long that goes, I might just spend this first day then just hanging around everyone or whoever.
So essentially commune because you're trying to get answers, so to speak. But what's the first thing you're trying to meditate on? Like trying to figure out?
The voice that I heard when I died.
The voice you heard in that figure?
Yep.
Okay. I need to flip over to this. As you meditate, you hear a voice in your head again.
Are you really that curious about who I am? Do you really not know?
Well, that's why I'm here. I want to know exactly who you are and why you stepped in like that. I've never been so close to death like I was in that moment.
You've lived a long life, walking side by side with death, all the way back to the night of your 10th birthday where you lost your siblings, the death of Lenny Bouchard. So many deaths around you. You're right, though. That is the closest you've ever walked with death. But that should answer your question, shouldn't it?
You're telling me that you're actually death itself? Are my hands that stained?
Yes, I am the goddess of death. As for how stained your hands are, I think most people are surprised by how much blood are on theirs. But that's not why we're so close. You understand the meaning of life and the value in it.
Well, there's a balance to it all. Some are meant to go, some should still push on. But you're the goddess of death, so can I just get the confirmation of your name so I know?
I am Firoti, my child.
And why me, though? What's so special about me?
You understand my domain in a way most could never. You understand the pain of loss. You understand the joys that come before it. You know that balance between the two more than most.
You could have gone to absolutely anybody on this plane, so I guess in a way I should feel honored? Well, regardless, I thank you. In that moment, that would have been it, but there's still so much that I need to do.
And I'm excited to see the balance between life and death you bring this world.
You feel her presence
take it you
slip
don't
away after she speaks.
Hey, I see. She sits there with her thoughts for a little bit.
You
and thinks
still
about who in the
technically
party
have a
might be
few
the
more.
best to approach, huh?
You still have 3 more, technically, rest periods for the day. As for who's best to approach, you can confide in Wrath. Pius has an interesting history with life and death and undeath. Twilight's pretty much out of the picture, though, and you're not quite sure about Geraldine.
I start to head back, but I keep my distance and kind of look around at whoever's present in my vision.
Then we'll go to Pius.
If Wrath is visible, if it's just Pius, then I'm trying to get his attention. But if Wrath is visible, then I'm watching him to see if he notices.
Wrath, where would you be reading?
Somewhere just right outside the fortress.
Okay. So yeah, Tempest, you'd be able to catch Wrath's eye as you're kind of getting closer to the fortress again, seeing him reading.
If you
I stay back.
if you get within 20 feet of him, he just senses you there, looks up at you as if knowing you were there the whole time.
I just finished meditating, and I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure.
What do you know about Firoti? Like,
Goddess of Death. Not
Yeah.
so many followers, if I remember correctly.
are there tales of those that she's connected to?
Tales of those that she's connected to. You mean like other gods or people
Like,
in the world?
yeah. Like, have there ever been people that have been very vocal about her?
I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but no, I don't. Not that I recall.
They're clerics and paladins, like with most gods. So there's some that can be vocal, but even the followers, to your understanding, Rab, they don't tend to be very vocal about their relationship with Firoti or their faith even. More so, they do a lot of, helping with burials, running mortuaries and graveyards. They also do have a very high rate of trying to help the community and raise general health awareness, strangely enough.
Yeah. So, like every other religion, I think.
Okay. Well, I don't doubt that that's who actually connected with me in that moment, but I did technically die in that last fight, but she brought me back, in a way.
What do you mean you died?
Like, that attack that hit me in bias, I could feel myself slipping away, but she was right there.
That she was then. I'll be sure to thank her whenever I meet her. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so, but she seems to be watching me.
Keep an eye
I
out.
have no
for her.
doubt she has her reasons, I'm sure, but now I know her presence is more or less there.
Right, well, I'll keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, you mind if I just sit here for now?
Like that very much. And he'll kind of
And she just
open up and shift to where she can
settles in next to you.
pull you in and just kind of read his book over your head.
All right, Pius, how about you? What's your plan for the first day?
Pius is going to keep training with Agony to try and basically become proficient with it.
Okay.
Martial.
That is,
Its martial properties.
yeah, it's a weapon mastery feat.
Yep.
So you need 2 periods to finish that, and you have 2 more for the day.
Perfect.
Do you have plans for the second half of your day?
No, none at all.
Okay. Twilight, we'll go to you next. What do you want to do with your day?
Yes, you were breaking up. You were referring to me or to Star? Sorry.
Star.
Oh, me?
Yep, what are you doing with your day?
Oh no, yeah. Come back to me.
Okay.
Please.
Geraldine, then. What do you plan on doing with your day?
So, at some point, Geraldine will kind of disappear. Not going far away, but just stay by herself in the woods, sitting somewhere, find a calm, quiet place, getting into her satchel and taking out the skull, the head of wherever we killed, wherever that thing was. Strangely,
When you pull it out, you can still feel just the slightest of a presence in it, like residual energy.
and at that point, I should remove my hand and I concentrate, and in deep speech, I call for my patron.
You feel the familiar icy hands of your patron on your shoulders.
This is all happening in kind between my head, and out loud for whoever is seeing me. Like I'm just kind of mumbling, and I'm also doing it in this deep speech. My conversation is primarily in my head. Do you want me to consume it so you can study it?
You don't necessarily get a verbal response, but you get affirmation of a yes, as if you can feel her nodding her head.
Without waiting or even a second thought, to avoid to get into detail, let's just say that there will be a quite squeak clean skull by the end of the process. And everything the Geraldine can absorb through it, Tulvarra will take it and study it, and etc. And suddenly on the skull itself, what's left of it, there's almost like a brand, a mark that has been left behind. My patron now has a new piece in her collection. Her cathedral has a new decoration, and I will just smile, and at that point the entire skull just goes up into dust.
While you're consuming it, the residual energy itself, you kind of get some of the thoughts and feelings of the individual it was. And the main thing that you pull from it is that the master had actually spent like that entire century that village had been trapped in that cycle, waiting, longing, and growing more mad with every passing day.
There is anything in the feelings and the information that my patron is able to collect from this that will indicate how this thing is still kind of alive, how this thing is. I don't want to, a direct answer, but there's even just if there is any clue that I can study to end it forever.
So we can do your first 4-hour block commune, essentially getting a question answered.
Yes, pretty
It
much.
seems like because of the madness that grew in this person, their soul fractured, and there was just a piece of it left behind in this artificial body, and it didn't disappear alongside the rest of the soul when it left.
And my patron just took that piece of his soul forever, so I can consider it like gone, or is it get back to his original I will say container.
It's been added to her collection.
Okay, so I just collect those information and open this little book. Then I started to write everything that I acquired and I know down, just so I never forget it. while my patron doesn't need it, I still have a memory that I need to, jog on sometimes. And that's my first block. On the second block, I'm actually studying Vrath autobiography, and I think that if there is anything I need to know while I discover it, it will tell me.
Yep. The first thing you notice as you're reading the first page, it opens with his literal birth. A description of the room, the people there, his mother, his father. It is written in excruciating detail as if, well, very similar to your patron, just this absolute memory contained within this book. And as you flip the pages, it spares no details. Day-to-day life, every single day since his birth. This is more than an autobiography. This is a physical, living memory of his entire life from the day he was born.
I look at the size of the book, it's like, for what is inside here, it's quite a thin book compared for the content, unless, it's magical and there is a lot of extra pages. It's bigger on the inside.
Yes, very much bigger on the inside.
And I go through as fast as Geraldine can. She's still kind of a scientist kind of mind, so she is deeply analyzing, taking all the information. And when she will get to their first encounter, she will be a little bit lost in memories of something that feels so long ago, even if it was just 20 years, so alien to her now. And I got a little bit slower on that part.
So, Lance,
Yep.
this book being so all-encompassing, what feelings and thoughts would Wrath have had in that moment that she is reading that weren't expressed outwardly, that when the two of you first met?
Mostly just trying to figure out what he needs to do to make sure that a new crew member doesn't cause any issues. Figuring out someone who wouldn't be biased as far as their looks to make sure she can get around, find wherever she needs to find. It's a lot of just logistical stuff, not paying as much to the person of Geraldine, but kind of consumed by his job is closer to it.
Geraldine
Right.
was taken in, kind of pleased by the methodology. It's like, this is more logical and compelling, analytical than emotional. This Geraldine definitely appreciated. My old self, that was a completely different kind of gal. And, I just rushed through every page until I reached the night and everything happened.
So, especially since you were on deck during those events, you read this harrowing tale of battle as Wrath, knowing what was going on, that the captain had sailed the ship out into the waters intentionally to meet the Kraken, to fulfill this pact that was made, one that was supposed to grant him and the crew eternal life, and Wrath fighting back against him. Blades striking against each other, wrath spells going off, teleporting, lightning, and in the end, Wrath being thrown overboard. And in these last moments, there's a difference between what you saw and what Wrath experienced. You saw the crystal, you saw it glow, consume him, and then they disappeared. But Wrath's perspective, that's written alongside the actual events, was one where the goddess of wind, Ricia, reached out to him and offered her aid in return for his devotion to follow her path to where it needed to be, and him accepting this. It was the start of his worship of this deity. And, of course, it details the different crew members that have been thrown overboard, them trying to save the ship, the tentacles wrapping around it, throwing everyone around. And it all seems to just break. And it doesn't include him falling unconscious or how he got from one point to the next, as if he almost jumped through time to the next day, as he awoke on a beach next to the undamaged Kraken's Bane, no crew around, and him walking away from this event full of rage, sadness, and almost longing for the home he had lost that night.
Geraldine slammed the book shut, put it on the side, and strangely lashed out against one of the three there. A big chunk of it. Not shouting, not screaming, just physical violence. Quiet. And calm herself down, pick the book, put it away, and just ponder for the rest of the evening.
Okay.
So you hit one of us, Wrath or I?
No, a tree.
No, it was a tree, just a tree. I by myself.
Okay,
Start,
okay.
so.
I thought you said three of us. I'm like, who's the third person?
No. 3, sorry.
A tree, got it.
All right, it is time for what Twilight is doing for the day.
So what she's going to do at breakfast, there was a talk about the paper found in the water. It kind of stood out to her, and she's actually gonna ask Mitt if that paper was with her in the ice, and if so, what is the significance of it, and how can I help my party?
I think that misunderstanding.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think there's a misunderstanding about paper in the water.
Okay, then okay.
Yeah, you
Because I thought they said like there was something.
found with anything. Yeah, you way back when, Twilight wasn't found with like a piece of paper or anything like that.
Just ice, right?
Yeah, you had clothes and were frozen in the ice. That's it.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna help anybody. So she's gonna probably commune with nature for a while. Then she's gonna go get high and do something stupid.
Okay. Are you looking for any particular information while commuting? Like an answer to a question or, what might be ahead for all of you?
She wants to get better, so her main focus is to become legendary when it comes to nature stuff. So rather than her just casting a spell to commune with, like, to help her fight battles and cast a spell, she wants to actually just automatically learn how to be a legendary when it comes to just nature.
So, kind of a summary answer to this is magic is your way of interacting and controlling nature around you. It is that magic. It's spells that can, manipulate the way trees move or the vines in the ground, similar to Wrath of Nature. That's a very, very obvious one.
But if she's like in battle and she just, rather than her relying on like a spell of nature, she just automatically does it. Does that make sense?
The spell is how you do it. The spell is literally like the interface. Like Discord is your interface for talking to us. Magic is how you do that.
Got it. Okay, so she's still gonna like commune with nature, but enhance her strength in the magic. Like she wants to become better. Like I normally do. I commune with nature.
All right. So surprisingly quiet day for the rest of you as Twilight first spends her time communing and then gets high and kind of goes and does stupid things. What kind of stupid things would you be?
What?
What kind of stupid things would you be doing?
Oh, I don't know. This is Twilight. Anything stupid with her. Like flying so high and then just falling.
Okay.
Because she's high. She doesn't like have. She has literally no depth perception. She's super fucking high.
Okay, so basically just doing whatever little things pop in your head through the day.
Yeah, basically, or like running around and then suddenly she knocks herself out with a tree, but then she gets back up and then she does it again.
All right, so the day goes by. It is time for bed or meal time. Since you all actually ate a regular breakfast for the day, you're likely getting hungry. The sun's been down for a little bit. You guys definitely have stayed up later because you slept in so late as well. Any specific ideas for food or any more gathered conversation that you wish to have?
Pizza.
I'll probably use some of my 3 hours of remaining time during the day to just go hunt something fresh for us. Hunt and forage, just to keep fresh food on the table.
Go ahead and give me a survival check for that then.
14.
14. Don't find anything particularly big while you're out and about. But you find plenty of rabbits, squirrels. You encounter at one point an owl asleep in the tree at that moment, a rather large one too. So you have your pick of small game for what you bring back. You find enough to feed everyone for a couple of days.
Just to keep some fresh meat on the table.
Geraldine will happily take it out of your hand and bring it into her new discovery, the fridge.
Perfect.
All right. So it sounds like an uneventful night. The next day, you all wake up around 2 p.m. instead of 1. We already know what Wrath's doing for the day. Oh, did you have something, Wrath?
I was asking. I didn't hear what you had said.
The night went by uneventful, and you woke up at about 10 a.m. on the second day?
Oh, gotcha. Slowly getting it right.
Yep, slowly adjusting back to the normal sleep schedule that you had prior to the long night. Basically know what Wrath's doing. A little bit of training with Tempest, and then mostly reading. Jim, we'll start with you for day 2.
So we'll carry on with the book. I'll listen in the morning. Make sure that everything is, all the information have been acquired. We get to a point where I started to know exactly what's happened on the road so far, especially from a rat point of view. And I will get pretty much to the moment that they met me. I'm asking to the player, there is any entry from that point on, or are you still writing it?
Oh, I'm not writing it at all, Jess.
Yep. So you spend the whole day kind of getting through it, making sure you hit the major markers. I think what was notable is at the beginning of this journey, when they first began it in Pallet, it tells of the hermit gathering them all in the town square and performing this ritual about these other people, these people from the real world, being dragged in and sharing their bodies. And while they were trying to acclimate and figure it out, they kind of looked around town to figure out what they could do. You find that this is where that witch's head that Twilight has first came from, as they went to go look for a missing child that had been kidnapped and replaced by a demon that was looking for the Soul Drinker, artifact of Tiamat. And the description of the blade matches the one that you've seen Tempest pull out. And the child having been killed and the demon having taken its skin to pretend to be him, and them of course saving the child and getting him home, but without the skin, letting the parents decide whether to bring him back to life or not with a resurrection potion. The journey down the Highroad started simple. They ran into some giant squirrels and, fed them and let them go. Some harpies. They escorted a group of guardian wolves back to their home, and where they found a lich that had taken over the area, fighting cockatrice that he had forcefully turned into liches as well, and clearing this out, which the lich that was found there was in the process of becoming a lich, more so than one at the time. His name was Wilfred Goldrudder. There's entries in about these nightmares that Wrath was having, climbing these towers of blocks and having to move them and do things to get to the top, and having discussions with Captain Davy Jones and these nightmares at the top of each tower each time he had one. And eventually, when you get to the recent point, you keep reading and you kind of flip through and you notice that there's an entry for this morning, even though you've had the book the whole time. And you kind of keep looking and you notice that the book almost seems to be writing itself, describing what Wrath is doing in that moment. You can look over and even see him doing this as the words appear on the page.
Okay, I have 2 questions. First, what is the thought of Wrath about me? Because definitely I am in the last few entries.
Yeah, you'd be aware of the telepathic conversation that was had at breakfast the previous morning, and that he's worried that you may be loyal to the Kindhurst. You're also, on that note, you are aware that the group at the moment is planning to overthrow the Kindhurst, to kill the heads of all 8 of the branches of this family, and that there is a concern that you may become an enemy at some point because of this.
But there's also a hope that that won't happen, and instead you'll join us, reinforcing our goals even more.
And any other personal thought that Geraldine discovered?
It's up to you,
There's
Wrath.
a deep curiosity as to who your patron might be and what that might mean in the future.
For you and the team, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. Geraldine is definitely amused, and at a certain point, she is very curious of doing these things. She doesn't know if she should, but she gets to the last page, and in the meantime, the paging is writing itself, and she tried to tear it out.
So the doesn't resist like any other book. It just kind of tears and pulls away. And the writing that's on the page that you pulled out disappears. But you see that the page behind it now has the writing on it, continuing as if there was no page pulled out, even though you're holding that page in your hand.
I just happily smiled, crumbled the paper, and put it in my pocket, and just closed the book. This is definitely a big chunk of my day. And in the second part of my day, I'm actually looking for Twilight.
Twilight, we will jump to you. What are you doing for the first half of your second day?
You cut again, who?
Star, Twilight.
Me?
Yes, what are you doing for the first half of your day?
She is just kind of she's actually gonna try to really commune with nature but change weather. Like, she's gonna try to change the weather.
You want to try to change the weather?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been lightly snowing all of the day before, and it's snowing slightly now too. 3 inches have piled up to this point. I want you to roll a d20 for me. 13, 20 with the check with your spellcasting modifier. So you have to fully change the weather because this is a very large snowstorm that's rolling past. But you're able to kind of roll and manipulate, so it opens up this gap in the clouds above, and it stops snowing for a few hours. But you have to maintain your concentration on this. So you spend that first half of the day doing just this and keeping it from snowing over the area you're in at the moment.
Oh, she was trying to make it snow more.
It's opposite of what I thought. My bad. I should have asked you what your intention was.
No,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, so instead, but it picks up snow and it starts coming down harder. The temperature drops a few more degrees. And right now it's somewhere around like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So that would be below 0 Celsius, I believe. Yeah, because 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit.
when I do this, I just want it to just focus just on me. Like I'm trying to control nature or control the weather just to focus on me. So like when this all gets done, I'm gonna be a big snowman.
You do not have that much control over it, especially since, you're looking at like a mile into the air for this snowstorm. That's a level of precision that unlikely immortal could ever have over the weather. The most localized you can do is just the fortress and the area that you are all in.
So everybody else is in the fortress, I'm outside.
No rats
Well,
outside.
everyone's doing their own things, yeah. Like some people are outside, some might be inside, but
Okay.
yeah, Jamesine, this is when you're able to go for Twilight now. And she's particularly hard to find. She's got pink skin in a snowy forest, so she stands out.
Twilight, you see Geraldine almost speaking behind one of the three, almost like wanted to disturb you, but just staring and smiling and just waving when she realizes you notice her.
Yes. Come talk to me.
Yes, I was just wondering. That head you have there. Do you mind if I take a look?
You want to what? Looking at my hair?
Head. The head of the witch.
Oh, will I get it back?
If you want it.
I want it back. And she's like jumping up with joy. Someone that wants to see the head! She screams.
I can embalm it for you, so it's not smelling anymore.
No, I like it as is. No. We make it as is. I like to torment people with it. It's my highlight. But here, she just pulls it out of the bag and hands it to you very carefully. And like, now, don't, like, be careful with it.
Geraldine will take it in her hand almost like it's a very important treasure and just nod, smile, and walk away with it.
She runs after you in like full jaguar form, just like books it at you. And she tries to like grapple you for it.
Geraldine would just look at you perplexed. It's like, I give it back, I promise.
She's like, no. She's like, you're like dragging her along with you. Like she is I'm literally clenched to your leg, going, give it back.
Why you don't want me to look at it
I thought
after you told me I could?
Well, I thought you were just gonna look at it like from where we were standing point. I didn't think you were gonna walk off with it.
Oh, I just wanted a quiet place, but we can sit down here together.
Okay, everybody's been wanting this head, and I've had very little success with it. Like everybody's been wanting it, and they would take it from me, and I'd have to literally fight to get it back.
This is such an important head for you. For what reason?
Let's see. Well, Star actually killed it with her other character, but then she gave it to me as like a prized possession.
Oh, it's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Okay, Geraldine will just, remove her leg from your arm and just step close to one of the trees, sit down there with the head in her hand, and she goes into kind of a trance. And yes, you know who I'm speaking with, and in the speech I mumble something like, "There's a new piece for you, but we cannot consume it. Can you take the information if I'm holding it?"
Me? You want me to do that?
What?
Oh,
No,
no,
no.
Sorry, Jess, please.
I can't take it in full, but there's still some bits I can take.
Good. I think then the head of a witch is definitely interesting. Another piece to the collection. Another bone from my freedom.
Just press your lips against it. That should be enough for now.
And Geraldine will hold her head in front of her. Her eyes, for you, Twilight, are almost pitch black. And she just put her lips on the rotten head, and just stay still.
Twilight is definitely going, what the fuck is going on? If Tempest were to kiss it, yeah.
So,
Like, are you like
It's
making
Twilight.
out with it, or just like, kissing it?
Not kissing it, just pressing my lips on it and just stay still. There's not movement at all and such. But it's definitely weird and gross for sure.
Yeah, very, very. And she's like freaked out, going, "This is the most grossest thing I've ever had." She can actually contact everybody, right? I have like message.
Yes, yes, the jewelry of sending is functioning right now.
She's definitely gonna call everybody and say, "You guys need to get your asses over here, like now."
Confused why my name came out.
Because
Like,
it's
come on,
Twilight.
you've gotta come and see this.
Something wrong. Where are you?
I am northeast of where the fortress is.
This isn't
Puts down
like
the book
a
and
life
starts
or
walking
death
away.
type emergency. This is something else.
Huh?
You can tell that whatever's going on with Twilight, it's not some type of life or death emergency. It's something else.
But she's acting like it's a life or death situation.
Put down the book and start walking that way.
Is
Pius
anyone
does
else
not.
going to go see?
No,
All right.
I'm in the zone.
They're not particularly far away, and it does take a few minutes. But Twilight, as for like what you're seeing over this few minutes, it's almost like the head just kind of starts to stand still in time. Whatever little dripping bits that have been forming on it as the skin's deteriorating and the oils are, dripping from the head, it just seems to almost stop and go into some sort of stasis. And Geraldine, you feel some type of power. It wasn't like a piece of a soul or something, but this witch was more than just a little connected to demons. As if there was some attempt to become a demon in this witch's past before death.
Good. And, I'm sure that she's taking all those information per se. The Library of Death will increase with more knowledge. So the cathedral will not have a new piece, at least a not complete one, but it's something. And it's something definitely different. So Geraldine will complete the absorption ritual, let's call it like that, and just open her eyes again and gently give the head back.
You get there at that last moment, right before Geraldine starts to pull the head away. So you do see that there was that lip contact, like the forehead of the head, before she pulls it back.
Is everything okay?
Itchy.
Like, I just hold up the head and say, "Would you kiss this?"
Yes. Is there a problem?
Oh, this is so weird. Like, everybody hates this thing, but you're willing to kiss it. It's like, I'm a little freaked out.
Geraldine, look in your direction, Wrath. I finish your book. At
Agreed.
least until now. And I stand up, taking the book out, and, handed it over.
Thank you. I hope it was a good read.
Me and you have a slightly different recollection of event about that night.
Yeah, I kind of grasped that. I wish I could have taken you all with me.
And I mention a couple of the members of the crew. I'm sorry. They were already dead. I appreciate the sentiment. Also, Wrath, you notice that Geraldine is sometimes licking her lips.
Kind of takes that in stride a little bit. Right, well, looks over at Twilight. We all good here?
My baby.
Right. Well, I've got some more reading to do. We'll start walking back towards the fortress.
All right, so, Geraldine, what do you want to do with the second half of your day? Or did you want to continue to talk with Twilight?
I was going to finish with talk with Twilight. I thought this was going to take much more time, honestly. Thank you for the little taste of information.
You're welcome.
Did you know that this thing was trying to be a demon?
Well, it killed a lot of kids.
So she was doing a ritual.
Exactly.
Makes sense. And as usual, I move my head and I try to pat your head. It's like,
She backs away very like quickly. Like, she backs away. She's like, "Okay,
oh, I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I'm just a little freaked out." Like, she's so freaked
What
out, she's stuttering.
You say it was precious, so I treat it with respect.
Appreciate that. Was the kiss really necessary?
You just nod in your direction, and unless you stop her or ask for anything, she will just slowly walk away.
Okay. She does actually say, why did you want to know about the head itself? Like, I noticed when you were putting your lips to it, it was like, kind of, it's not so droopy.
I turn, my head turned towards you. Like I said, I'm walking away, and my head just turned back. You hear like a crack when I do that. I wasn't interested. Someone else was. And I leave.
All right.
Twilight is slowly, like, looking at this head going, she's halfway tempted to actually kiss it. That's how freaked out she is.
As you look at the head, you do with like a prestidigitation or two to clean it up a little bit. Maybe it's not so slimy, not so much dirt on it, that sort of thing. Because it wouldn't really change the head; it would just make it cleaner. Also,
Yeah.
help with the smell.
And then she kind of cleans it up and does things, and she's kind of she's closing her eyes really tightly and like, okay, she's just gonna hurry and do it.
So, because you cleaned it up, it's still kind of got that taste of skin to it, but there's nothing inherently special in it. So, you don't feel anything weird or, like, no disgusting flavors really come through, other than the fact that it does kind of have that fleshy taste that you don't really like too much.
Like, is it glowing? Is it doing anything? Or is it just like...
No, it just seems to be a head.
She's just like, she's now very bewildered.
All right. Geraldine, what are you doing the second half of your day?
I actually unlocked something recently. So Geraldine will kind of look into herself, try to understand this new power. It doesn't come from her patron for once. So she will kind of try to see what's going on and try to doing it away from everyone else so they don't freak out. More than the usual. So, yeah, I will focus on my new interesting form of dread.
All right. Obviously, you would recognize the physical changes that come with it, and you get a feel for kind of those more abstract concepts as well. You definitely have a firm understanding of how to use it. But through the process of doing it, there's a lot of memories that come up from your younger days when you were a child, a teenager. Memories of family, potentially, friends, lovers, if at any point that was a thing for Geraldine.
Geraldine was always being, kind of ace. She's not really interested in that kind of companionship. She was more into studying and knowledge and etc. And she was always a little bit different. Most of her kind, they are much shorter. They are much, I would say, sinuous, and some of the women are kind of voluptuous because they're octopus shape, while she was always being lanky and kind of more like a squid than an actual octopus. It's probably because she has that kind of weird shell around her head, like a nautilus shell. So those memories flowed into her mind, and they feel ancient. They feel weirdly alien now, but there is a more softer smile on her face, even if she know that she looks terrifying now, especially when she unlock her new form. But she feel like that's the first time in 20 years that she was actually stepping towards her true self.
All right. Well, how about you? What do you spend the second half of your day doing after being bewildered by Geraldine and what she did with the witch's head?
She's gonna try to meditate and pretend like she didn't even see that. Like she's just she's just holding the head, going, "What the hell?" She's gonna spend the next 3 hours in shock, and then she's gonna go get high.
All right. Yeah. Pius, what are you doing for the day?
Sorry, you said how much longer would I need to be proficient with that flail?
You finished that on the first day.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
He would call up Patches.
Oh, what can I do for you today, my
Hello.
dear friend?
Yes. I was wondering, do you have any metal that I can use to improve my look? I'd like to look more menacing.
Well, I don't necessarily have any crafted pieces, but I can always provide just raw materials.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me check. See, plenty of money for this. Just however much I would need to augment my entire body.
Stops and thinks about it for a bit, and in the end, he estimates somewhere around 20 pounds. And I'm trying to pull up the cost of steel right now. Come on, fewer silver pieces per pound, so 8 gold?
That's it? Really?
Like 20 would be 80, silver, 8 gold.
Well, damn, I thought it was going to cost a lot more than that.
Well, it is just plain steel. We could always do Damascus instead. Perhaps the black tint of that metal might help with that terrifying presence you want.
Well, I guess I misspoke. I'm thinking more of like imposing, but terrifying is another word for it, I guess.
Well, if we do 20 pounds of the Damascus, that would run you 40 gold.
Oh, that's much better. Sure, we'll do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need. No, I guess that's it. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Patches.
A pleasure, as always. Until next time.
You have your Damascus. What do you do with it?
I start attempting to. I have no proficiency with this, but I'm going to try and forge not armor, but like pieces of. I'm trying to think of an example. So, like, imagine Pius is a skeleton right now, and I just want to add on the muscles and the skin in the form of like cosmetics. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So essentially you would be trying to shape it more or less to your body as it is. Accents, tones in the right places, that sort of thing. Give me an intelligence check and then a dexterity check, as you do
Okay.
know where Captain's pocket forge is.
True. So the intelligence check, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And Dex is the same. Double. Another one.
14 and 14?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly sure you can at least make it mostly work and match. Gonna take you probably 30 minutes to actually get it all
You're cutting
made
out
and put
really
together.
bad.
You cut out Jess.
Oh no! It'll take you probably around like 30 hours to actually finish molding all the plates.
Sweet.
So that would be 16 today, basically.
Works for me.
Steepest. What are you two doing for the day?
So, starting off, after I finished my morning training session with Raph, I decided to stay back in the area we did that in. And I'm going to do some just solo training kind of techniques with my scythe. But before I did that, I prepared to put my skull on for that moment. But I also take the time to just kind of look at the markings I'd put on it, thinking back to the following day, and then also thinking back to what Geraldine said to me when we were in that town. And then I'll pop it on and I'll spend a little bit just self-practicing for a little.
Okay. There's
And then
one block.
One block.
You still have 3.
You mean for the day?
Yeah.
After I'm done with that, with the intention of using my stealth, I will roll for it. I'm gonna see if I can locate where Geraldine is at.
You want to sneak up on Geraldine?
Not really gonna sneak up on her directly, but at least to see where she's at and if it's worth approaching her, if she even notices that I'm present, like 30 feet away, maybe up in a tree.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
I guess that's also assuming she's not still over with Twilight during this time.
No. She's not at that time.
Okay.
So
Let me roll up the stealth.
and perception from
Mhm.
Geraldine.
Yep, this is going to be an interesting description of what you're seeing.
27 on stealth.
I'm probably never gonna see you coming, but let's see. So 20. Do you
Yeah,
pick
so
20?
Geraldine, any like sounds and such she makes, or if you easily just put away as, oh, it's just, the wildlife around here and that such, so you don't notice her as she's watching. But Geraldine, you can go ahead and describe what she sees.
Yeah. Okay. Tempest, at the beginning, you just see Geraldine's silhouette. Not much more than that, and etc. However, at the beginning, you smell it, like smell of something ancient, kind of damp, and there is this subtle scraping, like something like bone cracking, dragged over stone and ruins, and her shell is cracked, and out of those cracks, those like new bones came out. They create like a crown. Her tentacle are longer, thicker, more octopus-like. Her eyes are completely black, and they are dripping something like ink. The rest of the form is kind of similar to what she was before, except that now her skin is like almost between a gray and a bruised purple instead of the classic cadaveric color. And her spine is coming out from her back, like almost like each vertebra is a blade, and she doesn't have legs. Big, chunky, wet tentacles that are moving around her. Think about a horrible, horrifying version of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. And that's pretty much it. A list what you saw.
I'm just gonna watch for now until I can clearly see that you're done. Whenever you finish up, I'm gonna have Quay land about like 10 feet in front of you, and I assume that that would make you realize that you're not alone.
There is definitely a moment of surprise. You can tell in her face. Her shape and form is back to her usual self. And she just look at you perplexed for a second, just smile. Oh,
I'll drop down from the tree right behind you. Oh, that was interesting.
it is, right?
I assume that's not something to really be concerned about, so I won't dig too deep.
I can tell you straight away if you are curious.
Oh, I got a little digital right there. What'd you say?
I can tell you straight away if you're curious. That's her answer.
Eh,
She's staring
I'm
at you.
always curious. I'm always curious about things, but I had a thought earlier and I realized I want to follow up on something that you said to me when we were back in that town.
Oh, go on. And at that point, I move and gesture closer to one of the trees, and there is a stump there, so we can sit down.
Okay. You said a name to me back when we were there. Something to do with the markings that I had on my skull. You said Ferroti, right?
Yes, I did.
I was meditating yesterday, trying to reach out to a voice that I heard. That creature that we fought, it did take me down and I did feel myself slipping away. But I heard a voice that pulled me back. And yesterday when I was meditating, I confirmed that it was her.
Oh, you're all yourself, you say.
It would seem so.
And how you feel
Maybe.
about it?
Well, right now I'm not too sure. I'm aware that she's watching though. She's waiting to see how things go for me. But you had a feeling that her presence was there, didn't you? Just from what you saw.
I am perceptive, I will say.
Hmm.
Your sneaking up of me will say otherwise. But sometimes I get those feelings.
Very perceptive. You picked up on something that I clearly didn't know nothing about. But I'm just curious, would you say that it would be a good thing or a bad thing in my situation?
Difficult to say, isn't it? They don't say things out loud. They're not clear. They always let you angry. That's what they do. You clearly understand that she's talking about gods and patrons and other things like this.
Mhm.
Goddess of Death decided to look upon you, to bestow her gift to you. Use them, make them your weapon. That's something that will definitely benefit you, at least on the short terms. But death is death. There's no escaping.
Oh, I could agree
You-
there. No one can escape death.
So someday she will come and take what she thinks is rightfully hers. I'm not sure if that day you're going to willing to pay.
Given that she brought me back in that moment, I might already owe her.
That's a good point. However, she's just give you a taste. That's how they make sure you want more. You can feel that Geraldine treating this like, drugs in addition.
And so, okay. I thought it'd be something interesting to bring up with you since you brought up that name before. And at the time, I really didn't know anything about it.
If you want and you trust me on the matter, I can look into it a little bit more. Our patrons, and I gesture to both of us, let's say they play in the same fields with different purpose.
You know what? That actually leads to another question. I'm wondering the kind of connections you can make because you just said patrons with an S, and truth be told, I don't fully know what's actually inside me.
Maybe I'm not using the right word to describe your connection, but that's the reason why I'm suggesting that I should study it.
Do you think you could maybe help me understand more what's actually internal, where my power and where my energy is really coming from?
Be delighted.
Right. Well,
It's going to be
I'm not sure. Say again.
It's going to be a long process, and I'm not sure the answer I will find will be something pleasing for your ears.
And then I switch up to deep speech for the moment.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll give me some answers for this, referring to the language itself.
Yeah, I got it. Getting back to you in the same language, I just say yes. Maybe it will.
And you say a long process. Probably not today, but maybe something we'll try tomorrow.
Absolutely, dear. Can I take that skull?
Absolutely not. Even though it did just come from a dire wolf and it was on the spot, it already feels like such a part of me. And I'm very protective of this piece, like a symbol in a way.
You all are so caring about remains and bones. I fit just right in.
Oh, maybe one day you'll meet my uncle and he can tell you all about the collection I always sent back to home.
I love collections. I'm a collector myself. I'm not going to take it out from you, but if I can at least study it in front of you, maybe we'll speed up the process a little bit.
I mean, sure, if you want to take a look at it. And I hand it over.
And Jess, I will take it in my hand and I will study the symbols and what the pattern and the runes on it before I even talk with my patron, because I want to make sure that maybe I know anything arcane or religiously.
So, now, as far as the markings on it, the only ones that are there are the goddess of death and god of life symbols. Otherwise, though, this the skull is smooth, almost polished. It was clearly cared for in the process of making it into a helmet when she was putting it together.
Fair.
But you can't really get anything beyond that since there's not really anything else.
And on an arcane level, do I feel that there is any power in it?
A faint flicker, as if something is beginning to grow in it.
Okay. And after that, again, and also Tempest see this, deep trance. My blue eyes started to get black and sunken in while I mumble words that she can understand, but they are very faint, so she needs to just lean in to listen. And my words are almost like a little chant where I talk about this spine that remember, this entity that collect, and the name Tulvatra is being spoken a couple of times. And I just wait for her answer.
Don't get a verbal response again on this one, but you get a feeling, one of disinterest. Doesn't really seem to consider it worth the time or effort. But there is a curiosity about your new ally who is here.
I briefly mention her name, and I say something about the fact that maybe not, the goddess of death chose her, and what she can tell me about it, and how well they know each other.
I've had a few run-ins with her, as with most of the divine. Don't tend to interfere with mortal affairs. I don't think she's particularly happy with me, though. We stand outside that typical cycle of life and death, disrupt the balance, as she put it. But she never bothers to stop me either. Perhaps she does see some merit in my work. You believe that skull may hold some answers. Perhaps I should take more interest in it.
I cannot give it to you. It's a precious item. However, we can study it. More I know, more you know. That's the deal, right?
Yes, as it always has been.
Thanks. It's been a busy day, right? I call you so often. You should be happy.
Barry and these new friends of yours, they're sure to help my collection a lot. They'll of course attribute anything they bring me to our pact.
You have all the time of the universe, and they are mere mortals. You will have your share when the time is right. Patience is a virtue that you taught me.
You're right, but they're willing to give a little nibble. I wouldn't be opposed.
If I have the opportunity. No promises, but thanks for the help. And I will cut the interaction.
Tempest, you're, standing there. You're not far away or anything. And even if you can't hear Geraldine's patron, you can feel their presence during that conversation. And you can definitely feel this almost excitement coming from it.
I just smile, but I don't really do anything.
My eyes turn the usual color. I blink a couple of times, just going back to stare at you. As I suspected, this is just the beginning of something. There is power in it if you try to use it. Just make sure that your dealings with her are clear, Tempest. Always read between the lines.
I've been learning to be a lot more aware over this journey. No worries there.
I made a promise. I will look into it. And as soon as I know more, you will know.
Well, tomorrow's another day, and that's the day where there'll be a lot deeper searches, right?
Yes, I probably need some books. We can manage. If it's not tomorrow, it's definitely the next one. As soon as we could.
Okay, then. And assuming you're handing it back to her, she's gonna take the skull back.
Absolutely. I mean, I just gesture for you to take it back.
And then, no, keep going. Sorry.
And I just mention, it's so well crafted. Very nice.
Thank you. I tried to make it quick, and I'm proud of how it turned out. And Tempest turns to start heading back to the fortress, but right before she walks away, I saw Ref had passed along his Tales of book. There are others, if you ever get curious. And then I continue on.
I always do.
Of course. And she just walks back away, Quay landing on her shoulder.
I stay there.
Everyone's
It's in the
Continue.
silence, and I just take all in this new information, those new things. What Tempest just suggested. I have a new mission, an interesting one, not just for myself, of course.
So everyone's able to, finish their last little bits there, regroup, have a meal before bed, and then move on to the fourth and final day of rest.
I thought we were moving to the third day.
I think you might actually be right.
Yeah, it's the third day.
Oh, geez. We have
We-
spent a very long time on just 2 days. Holy cow. Yeah, we are moving on to the third day, at which you all are able to get up at that nice normal 8 a.m. time this time around.
I'm waiting
So
for
you're gonna
at the
spend
door to start the
the-
training.
He's right there.
Are they?
All right. Bus, are you going to spend the day finishing up those plates then?
I sure am.
All right, you are able to get it done on this day, although it does take up your entire day to do so.
That's fine. At the end of it, this is what it looks like.
Oh, we have a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Updated by us.
Updated.
Nice.
You got that big ball.
Yeah.
Got that big ball and chain.
I've got big balls, and she's got big balls.
Twilight just looked up, going, "Why didn't you ask me to draw this for you? Gosh, I'm just useless," and she just storms out.
Well, I mean, I like to retain my independence, but, I'm fully capable of doing things myself, Quit.
She doesn't even give you the time to reply. She's just like, she's already booking it outside.
That's fine. He said it in your head. You can't run away from that.
Telepathy. Okay, we know, Rat, you're still continuing on your reading for most of the day. Pius, that's an end of the day thing that happens with that conversation. You're spending your day on that. Twilight, did you have specific plans for the day?
What's the weather like?
The storm has cleared up. It is currently sunny.
She's gonna try to control the weather again.
Okay, what are you gonna try to do?
I'm assuming the temperature is still kind of in the cooler part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gonna
Under
try to-
freezing.
She's gonna try to heat it up. Like, she's gonna try to make it like super nice, like almost springtime, if she can.
No, not really. 'Cause that's more about, position of the sun and distance, not the weather itself necessarily. But you might be able to try to warm it up a couple degrees, but not enough to be meaningful.
Oh, okay. So I guess weather and temperature is a different thing. She's gonna try to make it rain a little bit. You know what? We're gonna go
Okay.
hell. She's gonna try to make it hell.
Go ahead and roll a d20 then.
Oops, I gotta be in dice chat. Haha. Nat 20 at hell.
Yeah, pretty much. You can cause the moisture in the air, especially lingering after the snowstorm, to condense in this localized space as it begins to hail. And you spend a decent portion of your day just concentrating on it and getting used to how this works now that you've done it a couple of times, kind of manipulating the weather.
So can she also try to make it hell and really foggy? Or is that asking too much?
Spend a day practicing. You certainly make a bunch of headway towards doing two things at once, but you
Yeah.
think you're getting closer to have enough control that you might be able to start doing this if you keep trying.
Okay. And then after that, she's gonna go get high.
All right, your day is spent doing that and enjoying your grass. That
Yep.
leaves us with Geraldine and Tempest.
I'm going to keep it quite brief so we can speed things out a little bit. Geraldine will look into what she can find about the goddess in, through the what is available at the keep and what she already knows about it, and see if she can collect some information right now, especially considering her notes and such like. It's going to be a long process. I'm not going to get everything I need right now, but at least I start.
Okay. Tempest, you're made aware that, Geraldine's looking into information before doing anything specifically with you and, your connections. So you do have the day to work through things. So think about what you're going to do for the third day. As far as more important information about what you could find, the gods, because they don't tend to do a lot of direct interaction, will sometimes choose actual champions of their own, which are different than clerics or paladins who are just so devoted that they can tap into the power of the gods. A champion is chosen, is given some amount of expectations to follow through, very much like a typical patron relationship. But the champions are also chosen through just their inherent ability to follow what the deity expects, that they don't even always have to actually tell the champion what to do. Because the champion's just going to do it of their own volition in the first place.
In the first place. So,
Yeah.
like a little bit of fate involved, kind of like you are kind of predestined to be this, and the gods knows.
Yeah.
But also means that when a champion is chosen, they will end up doing the gods' bidding no matter what, and they need to be ready to eventually renounce kind of the life to do what the gods wants at the end of it.
To a degree,
Or at least-
yes.
And I start to relay those information to Tempest, but I don't tell her immediately about this last bit of what I thought is going to happen. I'm still working on it, and I'm still collecting info. But I tell her about what a champion is, and maybe what to expect, and start to ponder why she is the champion. Maybe if I can read her book, I can get a little bit more reasoning.
I mean, sure, you're welcome to read the book. Though this other thing might not be as apparent or upfront as the rest of this information is. But here you go. When I pull up my Tales of.
And the thing is, I just say to Tempest, did you actually read your book?
I looked over it when I first got it, but it's been a while since I've looked back over it.
When I was reading Wrath's book, I noticed how detailed and extremely compelling it is. Maybe that will give me some insight of your situation. As I said, reading between the lines.
Well, I can't argue with that. I did think this would be more of a direct contact kind of deal, but whatever works for you.
I nod and I take the book, and that's what I'm going to do for also day 4.
All right. What are you doing for day 3?
Me?
Yes, you.
I think so.
Well, I woke up prepared to kind of be in like some lone meditation kind of setting with Geraldine, but since that's not going to be the case for today, I kind of just head over to where Wrath is in that general area, and I sit down to go into my own self-meditation again, but I'm not trying to connect to anything, but just try to clear all thought out of my head and see how long I can maintain it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a constitution check. D20 plus constitution modifier.
Oh, the modifiers. Okay, that's low compared to the save. Very low.
Yeah.
The modifiers are not
Distracted as,
good.
you're distracted
You
as
are
Wrath,
very
who's
distracted.
reading, like in a nook in a tree as you sit down beneath him. His tail kind of slithers over and starts to like massage around your neck and back area.
Hey, when
Sorry.
cannot clear their thoughts like this, I will pull you down.
You're supposed to work on your focus.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I could just move, but I'll challenge myself. It's gonna be my day's challenge.
Yep. You, between the thoughts and wrath and such, you go more than maybe 5 to 10 minutes at a time with your head clear. So most of the day is spent in a fairly futile attempt to actually enter a meditative state.
Oh well, there's always tomorrow.
And we will go ahead and wrap up here because of the time. So everyone, be prepared next week for what you want to do on the 4th day. Well, Wrath, Geraldine, we know what you're doing. So Tempest, Twilight, and Pius, you need to think about what you're going to do at the last day of the long rest. Thank you for joining us. As always, I love you. Bye-bye, Kupo.